Sunday marked the third anniversary of the Arkansas Learns Act, the controversial sweeping law that overhauled education for every kid in the state. And 3 years in, the Sanders administration says it's working as intended. THV 11's Carter Thweet joins us here in studio to tell us why. Carter?
Rolly, recently I had the chance to interview the top education official in the state, Secretary of Education Jacob Oliva. I asked him about all kinds of Learns-related topics, vouchers, reading levels, teacher pay, and more. Here's what he had to say.
There's so much to celebrate with the signing and implementation of Arkansas Learns.
Secretary Oliva and I started off discussing the new reading standards to pass third grade. Why is this such a priority for you? And if people feel those levels are too strict, what would you say to that?
A lot of people say that this is a third grade retention policy, but it's really about a promotion policy. The goal is not to retain every child that's at risk. We need to make sure that every student is able to read at or above grade level by third grade.
I know that raising minimum teacher salaries to $50,000 was a huge priority of the Learns Act.
That's step number one. Is we want to get good teachers and give them a competitive salary, but then keep investing in those teachers so that they stay. Are they getting access to coaching? Are they participating in high quality professional development?
Then we discussed school choice, which has been a major focus in the governor's plan to reshape Arkansas schools. People will say things like, this EFA program, it's taking money that struggling public schools need and it's going to private school tuition or other things like that. So how would you kind of respond to that? And is this program a good use of money as it continues to grow?
The public schools are fully funded based on the process that's been in law for decades in this state. Nobody's going underfunded. It's a misnomer. That's not true. The pot of money and dollars to fund students that are participating in educational freedom accounts comes from a separate part of the budget. So we need to make sure all students and families get the opportunity to be in an educational environment that works best for them.
I know that you and the governor have been big on removing distractions in the classroom like cell phones. I know we're still pretty early into the bell-to-bell no cell act, but how would you say that's been going so far?
Overall, the response we get from teachers is they wish we would have done this decades ago. They feel like they're free to teach. Students are engaged. They're free from distractions.
The bottom line?
How are we setting up a system so that everybody graduates ready to be enlisted, enrolled, or employed?
Secretary Oliva tells me one thing they're looking at for the future is artificial intelligence, how AI can be used to help teachers and students alike. That full interview available now on our streaming app, THV 11+.